1999 first gen Toyota Tacoma SR5 extra cab, replacing broken window. First remove this guy because we're gonna remove this panel and remove this cap off the seat belt. I'm using a flathead screwdriver, and then I'm just gonna kind of wiggle it off like that. I'm turning. Oh, now you have access to this bolt. When removing this cap, be sure, in this one at least, it goes up. There's a little tab here that this stays on. So don't try to pry it down, try to pry it up. This bolt is a 14. Comes right off like that. Then I use my flathead again. Then I pop off this plastic cap to expose the Phillips there. If this is in your way, you could just move it. There's gonna be a clip on the edge of this panel. I found it easy just to get the Phillips underneath and then up and then pop it off like that. I find it useful to use your thumbs against the ceiling here. There's gonna be another clip in this area. So I put my thumbs against the ceiling, pull back. Then there's gonna be another clip in this area. Thumbs in the ceiling, fingers there, pull back, there it goes. So now it's getting loose. You have to remove the seat belt, not just move out of the way. Get this under, comes out like that, 14. Okay, so the reason we're moving this is to pull this panel back. So we have access to the 2 bolts here and the 2 bolts here. So if you're having trouble reaching these 2 nuts here and these 2 nuts here, you have to make sure this panel is pretty loose so you have access to them like that. This is what the clips look like that are basically in here. They go into these holes. So you just pull them out. Even this white clip here was in here. Now with the panel pulled back, you can see you have access to these nuts here. I don't know if you can see them. 1, 2, and up here, 3, 4. That's what's holding this here. These guys. I didn't have a socket long enough to go through to hit that 10 millimeter. So once I loosened it with this guy, I just loosen it with my finger. So be careful once you back it out, not to drop this guy drop it down in the hole. So make sure you pull that out and then push this forward like that. And then this is what it looks like. And then there's a Phillips here, ideally GIS Phillips, and this button comes out which pinches the window. So our new window is a used window, and it already has one of these installed, so we don't have to go ahead and loosen this. But yeah, Phillips there, and the button there. Okay, now we got these brackets off. We have them on here. I tighten these down, so they're pretty good. Now we're just gonna slide them into the holes. Hopefully. Okay. Before you put this on, make sure you get all 4 nuts on this side, because if you put this on, you have to clip your panel in and you can't have access to these ones. So make sure you do this side first. I'm putting these on with my fingers. Just be careful not to drop them. It's kind of finicky. Just hand tight like that. I found it helpful to thread it by pushing the window from the outside, push it in, and then more threads will be exposed for you to tighten it down with your fingertips. So don't snug these 4 nuts down all the way. What you want to do is clip this side of the panel in and then install this guy. Oh, my back. Oh, my head. Okay, I found it easier if you get your side clip, close it, and remember the button side is going to be on the outside. Oh, so here's your button, goes on the outside, and I find it easier just to do whatever angle you need to get this bolt threaded, like so. So don't tighten it down all the way because you're gonna want to angle it. Maybe move this out of the way and then stretch it over like that. Install these two guys here. So everything I'm doing, I'm not tightening it all down completely. Okay, so this is an aftermarket window, not a genuine Toyota window. And we're finding that this line here is it's not quite straight. So I'm loosening these four back up because they're on aluminum tabs, and maybe we can manipulate it and then snug it down to see if we can get this line straighter. Most likely the reason why this is crooked is because this Phillips was tightened down crooked. So that's how you pinch the window. So maybe the bottom one is shifted and got tightened down, and then it's closer to here. So, all right, reinstalling everything. Clip back on. Put this guy back on. Put this guy back on. Clip all the panels. Clip, 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 clip. Seatbelt back on. And that should be it. And just obviously test this part.